Why is he climbing a mountain? To hug the mountain. To envelop that mountain with hug the mountain. To envelop that mountain with hug the mountain.
As a kid, I've wanted to score movies. That's just been my dream.
He wants to make love to the mountain.
I guess when I was like 6 years old, they sang the whole score of Star Wars to my parents, and they kind of figured out from then that I was going to probably go in this direction.
I know that I'd go anywhere for your smile, anywhere for your smile, everywhere I see.
It's always something that I've wanted to do, and I've also had all these other interests and other, projects going on in my life, like I said, like indie bands and jazz and techno and whatever. So Fall on Your Sword was really just another one of those projects. Fall on Your Sword began as a video art project and a band. We used to play live a lot more than we do these days, and really became kind of the umbrella for all of the different projects that I found myself involved in. Scoring movies, scoring commercials and short form stuff and viral videos. It really was just the idea of the company was to kind of have a home for all of these different facets of music production and allow them to kind of cross-pollinate. We built some studios about 4 years ago, and just sort of have started getting into the world of sound mixing. We just brought on a sound mixer and sound designer called Ryan Price, and we have a 5.1 facility here now as well as the music production facility. The software that I use is Logic when I'm recording. I've been using Logic since it was owned by eMagic, and like, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. Before that I was using Cubase on an Atari, so it was kind of a pretty easy jump for me at the time. Within Logic I use a lot of plugins that are kind of more to process sound. I tend not to use too many virtual instruments. I try to keep as many real, even if they're synths or whatever, I try to kind of keep all of that as real as possible. I guess to me the real stuff sounds better than the virtual stuff. It's also just more inspiring to have something to touch and play, and even when I'm plugging an amp into or a synth into an amp and it's coming out all hissy, there's something more inspiring than, the clean kind of immediacy of a plugin. But yeah, I mean, I guess the main thing for me is really using the technology as a way to capture the sort of the magic of the real stuff, the stuff that inspires me.
But if I'm talking to you and I don't blink and I just keep going and I don't blink and I keep on going and I don't blink and I just keep going and I don't blink and I keep on going and I don't blink and I just keep going and I don't blink and I keep on going and I just keep going and I don't blink.
The whole thing of Foys was always composed music with mashed up videos, and it's done us really well in the end, because that's, in terms of the notoriety, that's really how everything kind of kicked off. The Shatner of the Mount video went really well, went crazy. Suddenly I'm like playing at science fiction conventions and film festivals, and
Climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing?
It all started to work out great. We're like scoring commercials based on the fact that some creative fell in love with that video. Yeah, it's not a bad life, I suppose, in that sense. Yeah, there's more kind of conventional aspects of all of this as well. These days I tend to work with a string quartet and we record here, and there's a lot of orchestration, kind of nuts and bolts work that has to get done, and that's also really satisfying for me. It's something that I've always wanted to get more into, and now I'm finally kind of going down that road. Again, it was always about that connection with visuals and audio that's always really excited me. So it's definitely, it's been a long journey of going through different styles, but I guess in the end, the power of strings is something that's, that obviously really moved me as a kid, and definitely seems to be the direction I'm going in these days.